to 5, I worked at Johnson & Johnson. I used to write a list of things I'm just not going to get done. I used to call it my shit I'm not going to do list. And that's how I got promoted at Johnson & Johnson. These are principles. Focus on one thing. And in order to focus on one thing, sometimes you have to make room for that one thing. Sometimes you have to clear out the garbage. There's a saying from it's an old Chinese proverb where a wise man is sitting with a student side by side across the table, and they have a cup of tea. And the student is pouring the tea for the master, and the master picks up the tea and goes to pour for the student. And the student's holding the tea, and it's hot. And the master keeps pouring and pouring and pouring. And he stops and he asks, "Do you have any more questions?" And he said, "Yes, I have another question." And he keeps pouring and pouring and pouring. And he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he keeps pouring because he's asking more questions. And he's like, "Oh, okay. I don't understand." Admitting that you don't know something is the first step. And the second step is sometimes you have to drink some of the stuff you've already consumed to make room for the next stuff. That metaphor is take action. Sometimes there's just projects, you either write this down, either I will do it or I will completely forget about it. I'm known for saying that I used to, when I worked in the 9 to 5, I worked at Johnson & Johnson, I used to write a list of things I'm just not going to get done. I used to call it my shit I'm not going to do list. And that's how I got promoted at Johnson & Johnson multiple times. Everybody would give me a list of things to do, and I'd look at it, and then I'd cross off the stuff I wasn't going to do, and then I would just do the couple of things that I knew my manager cared about. And everybody else got pushed aside. Everybody else in the department, everybody else in the company got pushed aside except for the person who controlled my raise, the person who controlled my promotion. And every single 6 months when my contract came up, they brought me back on for more money. And I created a role for myself later on because I went and did the thing that I knew would create that role. So this is a principle that works everywhere. If you have a job, this works for you. If you have a business, this works for you. Create a list of shit you're not going to do. It could be in your house right now. It could be in your house, a project that you're supposed to be working on that you keep walking by and you say, "I'm not going to, I'll get to it. Just decide you're not going to do it. Fucking done. I'm not going to do it. Right? I'm not putting that desk together. Just not getting done. Shit. I'm going to pay somebody. When I go make the money, I'll pay somebody to do it. And it's if you know that's possible. Yeah. It's almost like relieving. It's cathartic. Write a list of all the things you want to do, all the things that you're supposed to do, and then just start scratching off the shit you're not going to do and be okay with it. It's the hardest part. Be okay with letting go of things. Not everything is created equal. Not all priorities are the priority. If it's not putting your name on deeds, it's not the priority. What you do at your job, what you do to increase income, Julie, your business, Teresa, your business, Melanie, your job, Melissa, your job, what you do at your job, you have to do it, right? Deliver the best you can. Deliver while you're there. But while you're there, be thinking about your investment business, right? You've been doing your job long enough where you can make that money without thinking about it. Be thinking about your investment business. Be talking about your investment business. Be thinking and talking about your deals you're going to do. We just talked about 10X, big goals. I'm going to talk about goals in a little bit. But we talked about 10X and big goals for a reason. Because without big goals, multifamily doesn't make sense. You could be perfectly fine if you just wanted to, have a net worth of $100,000 and wanted to work the rest of your life. You're talking about financial freedom. Money is a transaction of time. Money is a transaction of both time and energy. And if you want more time and you want energy to spend that time, you're going to have to transact some money. And sometimes it's not money, it's relationships. And I want to talk to you more about relationships throughout the rest of today, because that's where all the money is. If it's not in your hands, it's in somebody else's hands. That makes sense? We agree? All right, I didn't see enough pens moving on that one. If the money's not in your hands, give it a whole new page. And if you haven't done one of these intensive trainings with me, if I give you something really valuable, I'm going to tell you to flip the page over. Yes, very good, Elizabeth. a whole new note. This is like refrigerator content. This is the stuff you could put up on your office wall. If you don't have money, it's in the hands of other people. You're just a relationship away.